On April 1st, NYU Steinhardt Music Department had held an event to not only celebrate Eve's 25 years in her career at the Frederick Loeb Theater, but to uplift students, alumni, faculty members, and more with her stage presence, speeches, and performances to also honor hip-hop. Now let's meet with the music students who got to share the stage with Eve.
I'm Simone Riley. I'm a second year at NYU, and I study vocal performance and business of media and entertainment. When I first got asked to do the event, they sent us all the information, so I took some time on my own to really get the songs in my head. I listened to them front to back, day and night for a while until our first rehearsal, and that rehearsal low-key lasted all night until 11, and we were just singing the songs front to back. I think it was just a lot of on my own, having to learn my part and make sure that I'm singing it right and getting myself together. Also, other huge hit makers like Nas and Miss Lauryn Hill and DMX and Kendrick Lamar, and this whole entire performance really paid homage to kind of the path that Eve has paved. I think I just want to add that this whole experience has been incredibly amazing. I got to meet a lot of very creative and talented performers who know exactly what they're doing, and being in their company has only made me better and given me a chance to meet really cool people, and I was just so happy to be a part of it.
Hi, my name's Nyesha Cooper. I'm a current sophomore at New York University, studying film and TV production as well as sociology. I first was kind of introduced to the idea of the event by a professor of mine. He's a Steinhardt professor. He has an ensemble called the Black Music Ensemble. I've been in it since my freshman year, basically almost every semester. And he was telling us about so we had an event where we sang at the MLK celebration in January, and the people that are involved and in charge of the Steinhardt's diversity, equity, inclusion team were there and really enjoyed our work. And so he kind of teased the idea to us that there would be a possibility for us to audition for the event. And from there, I got an email where I was able to, submit my audition. And so there was two parts of audition where if you were a rapper, you could, submit a rap of any kind. But if you were a singer, you could submit a selection of your vocals, a sample of you singing. At the end of the day, we have nothing that we need to prove to people. We're just here to have fun. We're here to share. And so I was making sure that my energy wasn't oh my God, I'm performing with Eve. This is a crazy opportunity, which it is. But it was more so just me preparing myself to be professional and ensuring that not only are we here to present this music to Eve, but we're also here to give the audience, an experience and something that is lacking at, NYU. We don't have a lot about hip hop, whether it be at Tisch or Steinhardt or other places. There's not a lot of emphasis on hip hop, on R&B, on that type of singing, on that type of rapping. It just doesn't really exist. And so this was a chance for us to honor the legacy of hip hop, right? The legacy of R&B, and bring it to a space where it doesn't really exist as much. And so it was really just an incredible experience that I relive over and over again.
Hi, my name is Lana Krauster, and I'm originally from Cape Town, South Africa, currently based in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a singer, songwriter, performer, producer, you name it. I was approached by Scott Allen about sending some videos for a concert that they would be having, and I sent it through. The next day they were like, we'd love to have you as part of the show. And then I was like, oh, who is the artist in residence? And they were like, oh, it's Eve. And I was like, what? EVE, the first lady of the Deaf Riders? Oh my God. So it was incredible because I, as a kid growing up, I had her poster on my wall, so sharing the stage with her was just incredible. I was fortunate enough to be able to honor Eve by performing songs that she chose by somebody that inspires her and ironically inspires myself. So I was asked to do a few Lauren Hill tracks, which was really great because I got to show off my rapping ability as well as my singing abilities. And yeah, overall, it was an incredible experience, one I will never forget.
Hi, my name is Ethan Matt. I go by Garden of Ethan. I graduated in 2024 from NYU. I got a master's in music business and music tech. I performed with Eve, thanks to my publicity professor, Kathy Iandoli, who gave me such a special and incredible opportunity. That was so joyful and wonderful, and I learned so much. I prepared for this event through just like running lines as if I were in a play, finding the karaoke versions on YouTube. I had to learn a lot really quickly. And yeah, Eve is just such an incredible artist. I loved the way she told her story, how hip-hop as a whole affected her life. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience.
Thank you again to the students who shared their experiences about the event and how influential it was for them. I had the opportunity to talk to one of the professors who organized this event together, alongside with other faculty members, to not only celebrate Eve, but to spread representation and a message.
Sure. My name is Maria Williamson. I use she, her pronouns, and I work at NYU as the Senior Director of Diversity, Equity, and Belonging at Steinhardt. And I'm also a PhD student in the Sociology of Education program. So Steinhardt has a Scholar in Residence program, which is where we invite some accomplished performer, scholar, et cetera, artist that does something in alignment with other Steinhardt programs. And Eve's message is all about positivity and light and joy and fierceness and determination. And we wanted to carry that same energy throughout every single event that we did. Hip hop speaks to people. These are not artists that we necessarily celebrated in that event because it's just impossible. But folks like Queen Latifah and MC Light and all of the amazing like women MCs throughout the history of hip hop have done so much for their communities, have done so much for the world. And I think as a school of culture, education, and human development with a music department, with a music therapy department, with a drama therapy department, there's so much more that we can be doing to incorporate hip hop and what that means to the culture, to our school and to our university. So I'm hoping to bring more things like that.
Seeing how much of Eve's work has impacted NYU, I wanted to see how her impact would be outside of NYU. I interviewed a YouTuber who goes by the name Simply Clarissa, who does commentaries on many topics. One of her commentaries that she did was about Eve and her career.
Hi, I am Clarissa Lisi and I am a YouTuber. I've been doing videos on longevity for a few years now. I do videos on artists that I believe have done a lot in their career, not only for themselves, but to inspire generations in music. I did a video on Eve because I myself didn't know a lot about her, but I knew she made good music because that whole song, Let Me Blow Your Mind, is honestly one of the best songs ever released in the past few generations. Eve has influenced me in a sense that you don't have to do gimmicks to get attention or anything. You could truly just be yourself and the universe will lay the rocks on the ground for you. Life happens to everybody and not everything is going to go your way. You're supposed to go through life, make mistakes, but learn from it and mature in the best way possible.
This has been Tatiana and Diomi for The Rundown on 89.1 FM.